Yes, I'm totally doing the unthinkable, making a video outside. So, let's see how that, yep, that fits alright. You can see a lot of bull crap in the background, but whatever, it's my life. Get used to it, or over it, whatever comes first. Alright. First things first, I don't know. What are you doing? I guess let's get the game out of the way. The board game. Here is Monopoly. Don't go to jail. I got this for I think $1 at a Teen Challenge. It's a pretty cool game. It's kind of like Yahtzee in a way. What you do is you roll the dice, and you get your dice to match up the colors on the board. And you roll as many times as you want, like Yahtzee. You can only roll 3 times, but in this you roll as many times as you want. But as soon as you roll the dice that spell out "go to jail," you lose all your points. So you gain nothing for that turn. First person to get 1,500 points, whatever points you want to go to, wins the game. It's pretty simple, not bad, not the best game, but not bad. It was trying to take down Yahtzee, and it's a nice variation of the game, very simple. Anyways, talked about that game enough. I have all the Monopolies that I know of except for Monopoly Junior. I don't mean like all the Monopolies like Simpsons Monopoly and Family Guy Monopoly. I mean all the different spin-offs of Monopoly. Alright, so I got this last week. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers record. I got this for $1 at Value Village. The record's not in the best shape. There's no real gouges or scratches that I know of. It's just a little dirty. I don't really know what the best way to clean a record is, but it played. I think only one song skipped, but I wasn't in the room when it did. That makes sense. But yeah, Damn the Torpedoes. It's a really good album. It's got Refugee, Here Comes My Girl, Even the Losers, Shadow of a Doubt, A Complex Kid, Century City, Don't Do Me Like That, You Tell Me What Are You Doing in My Life, Louisiana Rain. And yeah, I saw this, I almost lost it, because I'm not the biggest Tom Petty fan, but I will definitely tell you that he's a great musician. And the rest of the Heartbreakers. So, there you go. Here's the Cars. I got this Teen Challenge. Some great 80s music right here. I have the Cars' Greatest Hits on CD, but this is the Cars, I guess. This one's got Good Times Roll, Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed, I'm in Touch with Your World, Don't Just Stop. Side 2 has You're All I've Got, Bye Bye Love, Moving in Stereo, All Mixed Up. Pretty good stuff. And next, I got Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. And this was less than $5. I think it was $2.50. The Cars, I think, was $1.50. I think it was half off day, something like that. And there it is, opened up. Don't know how well you can really see that. But this one's got This Ain't the Summer of Love, True Confessions, Don't Fear the Reaper, ETI, Extraterrestrial Intelligence, The Revenge of Vera Gemini. Side 2's got Sinful Love, Tattoo Vampire, Morning Final, and Tenderloin, and Debbie Dents. It's in pretty good shape. I must say, I was pretty surprised. And this is probably the most well-known album. Alright. Lastly, but definitely not leastly, for records. Not in the best shape, but I couldn't pass it up. AC/DC's Highway to Hell. Yeah. I'm not the biggest AC/DC fan, but again with Tom Petty, I am definitely not going to tell you they suck. I used to didn't really like them, but that's because my cousin, he was older than me, and I listened to everything and anything he listened to, but as I got older, I learned, wait a minute, you don't like AC/DC? What the frick's wrong with you? Wait a minute, you don't like Megadeth? Did you fall on your head when you're little? I mean, what's wrong with you? if he hears this, I'm just messing. Just kidding. But yeah. How can you like Metallica but not Megadeth? It's thrash, I don't know. Anyways, it was only $1. I got it the same time as Tom Petty and Heartbreakers, and they actually came out the same year, 1979. What year did this one come out? 76. The Cars was 80, 78. Wait a minute, 78. Did I say this was 78? 79. 79, 78, 78, or 79, 79, 78, and 76. Anyways, there you go. There's my records. Now to get to some gameage. Before then, I got a keyboard. I don't know how it is to get fine used keyboards around your area, whoever you are, but this was, I think, $250 or $150, something like that, around $2. And I bought one before, but it was a wireless one, and you had to have a long, retarded wireless adapter, and I had to have 2 AA batteries. It was just a pain, and then I stopped using it. But this works pretty well. It's got all the hotkeys and whatnot. Yeah, it's got both kickstands, and I couldn't pass it up because whenever I go to a thrift store, Goodwill, whatnot, to get a used keyboard, because I'm not spending $20 for a keyboard I'm not going to use. I mean, I might use it every once in a while, but they're always the PS2, the pin connection. Finally got USB, corded connection, really good condition. Just needs a little cleanup, but nothing that's too bad. Alright, now to get to the game stuff. Here's a Mad Catz controller I picked up the same day as Don't Fear the Reaper. I actually had one of these. Scarlett, get out of the way. What are you doing? Sit. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. No, don't get me muddy. No, move. Move. Get there. Okay. I got this controller for, what's the tag say? $3.99, I think it was a half off day or something like that. Pretty sure it was $2 something. And I had one like this when I was little, but I had my friend over. I'm not going to release his name. If you're watching this, I doubt you are, but you know who you are. But I went to the bathroom and came back, and the little analog stick was broken off. And I'm like, who broke the controller? And he goes, I didn't do it. And my brother goes, I didn't do it. And yeah, it's something I never figured out to this day. Who broke the controller? Who broke the controller? And then I was like dumb or whatever. I took it apart to see if I could swap out the analog sticks when I wasn't even going to swap out another analog stick for another controller. But yeah, I tore it apart, and I could have at least still used the D-pad and whatever. But this controller, it works perfectly fine. Just for some reason, it tilts to the left a little too much all the time. But whatever, it works. It's got the turbo buttons. It's really big. Like, I don't know how to show you. I don't really have anything that can. Here's my Zune. All right, here's my Zune, and here's the size comparison. Okay, I mean, it's quite a bit bigger than your standard controller. I'm outside and I bring another one, but yeah, it's got slow reset turbo. I might make a video on it, probably not, but I couldn't pass it up because usually if I see these, they're either broken or worn out or disgusting, like sticky and whatever. The cord's a little bit shorter, but all 60. Actually, it might be longer than a standard controller, because I know most 64 controls are, even the Nintendo ones, are quite short compared to Super Nintendo and 64. But yeah, my brother says my friend broke it. My friend said that my brother broke it. I never found out, and it was sad. But another thing I realized this controller is it's so big. Like, people with short thumbs, even me, 5, 6 years older, it's like, jeez, overkill. Alright, and then I went to Bend, Space Invaders. I made a video on that one. I got all these booklets. Actually, I already had Yoshi's Island. I made a video on it, but that was free at a pawn shop because she didn't have the game. At first, I'm like, did you take 50 cents? No. She goes, how about $4? I'm like, no. And then she says, well, do you have the game? And I said, yeah, I got the game at another pawn shop for $7. And she goes, oh, really? Here, you can have it. Alright. So, I got Clay Fighter 2, the booklet, and like mint condition and everything. Mortal Kombat 3 booklet. Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Great shape. Primal Rage. I don't have this game, but I will get it eventually. Street Fighter 2. I don't have the original Street Fighter 2, but I have Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Super Street Fighter 2. Pitfall, it's the gray one. There you go. If you want to make me a video on the booklets themselves, go ahead, tell me I'd do it, but I doubt anybody really cares. Blackthorn, a great game by Interplay and Blizzard, and it actually has a story behind it. Put the handcuffs on him, Corporal, ordered the sergeant. Fumbling slightly with the unfamiliar restraints, the corporal finally locked him around the extended wrist cuffs secured. The sergeant ordered the prisoner to move back to the rear of the cell. That's something you never get anymore with manuals. These are like 5 pages, and half of them is just corporal, like what do you call it? Advertisements and crap. It's safety crap. This has like a story in it. Really awesome. I'm glad I picked this up. I need to read it sometime. And lastly, Street Fighter 2 Turbo booklet. And all these booklets, and that's not all. There's more. Which one was it? Don't tell me I forgot. Okay. All those with Scooby-Doo Mystery. Right there, Scooby-Doo Mystery. If you can't really make it out, look it up. Scooby-Doo Mystery. And Scooby-Doo Mystery. Oh, and Lethal Weapon. Wait, no, that was somewhere else. Oh, I forgot it. Oh well. The game was Judge Dredd, okay, Judge Dredd. I don't think anybody really cared about Judge Dredd, but it was those 2 games. At first, it was like $2 a game or something, so that would be $4 for those 2 games. And then he wanted like $7 for the manuals, and I said, how close can he come to $7 for all of it, or something like that. I'm pretty sure I spent $7 for those 2 games and all the booklets. Pretty darn sure. That was good. That was a good pawn shop. It was a big pawn shop. But for how big it was, they only had 2 Super Nintendo games, which I thought was pretty sad. And, get all that back in there. Alright. So, Judge Dredd, I'll throw up my next video, whatever. I just backlogged at least a month. So, okay, so here's... Alright, so there's Judge Dredd. Got this, and Scooby-Doo and all those booklets. For I believe is $7. So, I mean, 2 like $4 games on eBay with a stack of booklets that are like $2 or $3 a piece online. That's pretty good value.